really well until she lost the plot against Sam Stosur-Malik, and she's been out of the game for a while because she had a thrombosis. I mean, like probably the deep vein thing from flying, and she was out for quite a long time, very critically ill for a while.
Love.
Kuznetsova using that wide serve, serving into the corners, the wide corners, so often. What's that?
15.
Well, we've had one in the back fence, one that bounced before the net. Something strange going on here with Kuznetsova.
Didn't move her feet at all for that.
Oh, why go for the big
30,
angle?
50.
I was expecting her to absolutely pound that into the court, and it's just, I don't know how she lost the sight of it so much.
Kuznetsova challenged the call
Yep.
on the right foul. Ball was called out.
A couple of early challenges then, one from each of them. Lisicki got it right.
It's incredible when you go and watch matches on the outside courts when they can't challenge. You see so many close calls that you actually would like to have an official opinion on.
Played.
$30-40.
Yeah, it seems that her footwork is very good as well. I mean, I've been under the impression that she might need to work in that department.
Again, Miss Lisicki. Miss Lisicki leads 3-1.
Early problems then for the number 5 seed, who seems almost determined to belt the ball, whatever the situation, which is sometimes a real problem for her.
I know. I mean, it's almost like being a little greedy, isn't it? Trying to win the point before you have the right to.
Let's seconds. Love 50.
Well, she's only getting just over half of her first serves in and missing a few, so it's definitely taking her a while to crank it up.
Love 30.
Yeah, neither of them are really settled out here. It's very bitty at the moment. Just got away with it.
15-30.
Double bounce.
Impressive swinging serve from where we are sitting. That serve just curled right in front of us, away from us. We're in the corner.
That really was a lovely second serve, and a real kick on it. Took Kuznetsova way out of position.
Let assist.
That's good.
Comes from a family of cyclists, actually, rather than footballers. Svetlana. That's huge.
I mean, we're seeing enough here to realize what sort of potential she has if she manages to string it all together. I mean, that serve is so impressive that the rest is just gravy afterwards.
Again, Miss Lisicki. Miss Lisicki leads 4-1 first set.
Well, now, 4 games in a row for the teenager after dropping her opening serve. Impressive from her. And Kuznetsova doesn't seem to have a game plan out here at all.
I mean, we've been talking a little bit about Kuzi and, you know, how well she played in the French, but she had ups and downs in a match against Serena Williams, but in the end she managed to modify her game. Now, when she's playing all these couple of years when she's been really struggling, I agree absolutely with what you've been saying, David, that she just goes for too much and she doesn't seem to have a secondary game. And she's definitely seemed to have gained confidence and just allowed herself to stay in the rallies until she gets the point. But today, it's going for broke on the first shot she has a racket on.
Sabine Lisicki is coached by her father there, Dr. Richard. He went off and got himself a doctorate in sports sciences at one of the top institutes in Germany, just outside Cologne.
But unlike Dr. Bartley, who tried to reinvent the way the game has been played.
Yeah, Marion's dad, of course, is a medical doctor as opposed to a PhD in anything.
Yeah, but he gave that up.
Yes, quite.
15.
I mean, where is Sveta's mind? I mean, she's got to keep the ball in. She's got to eliminate errors, take her time a little bit. Maybe a little ambitious. Kuznetsova played a really grueling, tough match last year on the center court against Radwanska.
Oh, it's clever.
How well did she play that point?
30.
Well, she'd been just really smooth and determined with her forehands down the line, waited her opportunity, and she might well have thought she'd made the drop shot, but she was ready.
Longest rally of 10 shots.
Well, Kuznetsova
40-30.
didn't hit that ball very cleanly, but she certainly got just what she wanted out of it.
Use.
I always think the biggest problem for Kuznetsova on grass is that her natural game is to run around so many backhands, and she then gets herself a little tied up in knots if she does, and then I think in the back of her mind she isn't sure if she wants to hit backhands from the middle of the court.
Advantage, Miss Kuznetsova.
Much better construction of the point there by Kuznetsova, waiting for the right moment to attack. Needs to hold serve here. Hasn't done so in the match yet.
It's a very poor first serve. Oh.
Use.
What sort of a choice of shot is that? Panic.
You know, when you're trying to hit... Yeah, look at that. Look, that's what she thought of it. Oh, my... Oh, yeah, well, she might as well throw her racket. She might feel a lot better if she did.
And Larissa can't watch. Larissa Savchenko.
She hasn't played terribly well this tournament. The first opening match, mind you, they didn't know where they were going. They suddenly were put on the semi-outside court. She didn't play terribly well in that.
Yes.
She played better in her second run.
It's Parmentier.
Advantage, Miss Kuznetsova.
Maybe we'll find her changing her tactic and coming into the net a bit more. We were saying when she was playing against Parmentier and she did come in quite a lot. How much? Oh, wait, I'll finish later. It's well done.
Again, Miss Kuznetsova. Miss Lisicki leads 4 games to 2, first set.
How much, I was saying how much playing doubles with Martina Navratilova had helped her way back in 2003 when they got, I think, to the final of the US Open. The following year she was playing very good singles, but it really sort of focused her on doing the right thing and concentrating through the points. She's not watching the ball, is she?
Playing in the doubles here with Amelie Mauresmo. She's won 14 doubles titles, 11 singles.
She doesn't come in that much in doubles, but she certainly plays well.
Using these drop shots intelligently.
How good are they?
30 love.
I mean, that is a beautifully executed drop shot, and once again Kuznetsova making a tremendous effort to get there, but to no avail.
Well played.
One thing I have to say about Kuznetsova in the last 6 months is she's really got herself trimmed down, and you can see that she's putting in the extra effort into chasing balls. A year ago at Wimbledon she was looking a bit slow.
$40-50.
Very tight, but nope, no challenge.
It's close. Oops.
Changed her mind at the last moment. Now, watch here. She's going to play this on the backhand. The backhand. She's no, the backhand, and oh, suddenly at the last moment, I'll play a forehand. She who hesitates.
So there have been a couple of shots from Kuznetsova which haven't been hit that cleanly, which have won the point for her. Oh!
Yes.
There was a little hesitation as well.
Parents getting a little anxious. Mum is actually an artist, with painting and ceramics.
Advantage Miss Kuznetsova.
Life on the tennis court in a match like this is odd. 4-2, 40-15. Little hesitation, and suddenly she's doubting herself. Well,
Juice.
it's nice, isn't it, to have that to rely on.
No hesitation on the drive volley, which has become such a feature of the modern game, particularly the women's game. You and I had attempted that with a wooden racket, we'd have broken our wrists.
Yeah, I know.
Advantage Miss Kuznetsova.
Too many of those. And another chance for Kuznetsova to break back. That's a fine volley at full stretch.
Juice.
You know, I like the way she plays. I mean, I find it quite compelling because it seems to have some intellect behind it.
Advantage Miss Lisicki.
Sometimes when the ball catches the line, it stops, and you end up being a little early with your shot. So another chance for Lisicki to take a 5-2 first set lead.
Ooh.
Juice.
The agonies that parents and coaches and sweethearts go through in the competitor's box. There's no hiding place out there.
Left for service.
Especially as they also usually bear the blame when things go wrong.
Advantage Miss Lisicki.
Well, you can't accuse her of not trying different things, but what I was actually impressed with was the way that Lisicki actually handled that really low ball, because with the two-handed backhand, it's not the easiest shot for her. Once more, Kuznetsova trying something fancy a bit prematurely.
Again, Miss Lisicki. New balls, please. Miss Lisicki leads 5-2 first set.
Well, a nice rally there, but again ending with a Kuznetsova strange shot to apply. Had a lovely one to come in, get it deep and be commanding at the net.
Yeah, I mean, I don't actually know why she couldn't execute on that shot either. I always think this middle Saturday, it's a tough day, this third round. You know, you're sort of just anxious to get it over and done with. But look at this, so far, so good from both players hitting the ball. That was a bit short, but good shots, well played drop shot from Lisicki, and I mean, a sloppy shot. She just didn't pay full attention to that. Kuznetsova has really moved back to Moscow. She's been anxious to go back to Russia. She's growing up. She didn't want to go back to St. Petersburg, where she comes from, where her parents are, because she said they give her a hard time. They just think she should work harder, whatever. And I think Mara Safin has really been an influence on her lately, and an encouragement. He works with her new management team.
The French Open champion then having to serve to stay in the first set at 2-5.
Love.
I have to say, when Kuznetsova plays more bread and butter tennis and just gets on with it and doesn't try flashy things, she then does produce them. I think I was a little lazy in a way. I just didn't think she really hustled for that. Your only solution when you're having a rotten time out there is to really try and hustle and move your feet and get your adrenaline going.
Let persist.
Just waiting for a call.
Oh, that was in, no doubt about it.
Well, maybe it was just because it hit the line that it went all funny.
Kuznetsova thinks it was a net.
I didn't heard and the machine didn't beep. So how do you want me to call if I didn't heard and the machine as well? I did not beep from this. Maybe from something else, but not this.
Well, I certainly didn't hear anything on our effects microphone. I can't really tell from that, but you've got to play to the calls. She just stopped.
That was a cracker-jack of a forehand.
30-40.
And it brings the unseeded Sabine Lisicki set point.
Dear me.
And it was set is Lisicki 6-2.
Three breaks the serve to one for Sabine Lisicki. 38 minutes, and well, unless Kuznetsova can find her game, she's going home.
Having a terrible birthday party. I mean, you can say, David, that the turning point of this set was in the first couple of points of the second game. She breaks serve, and it looks like Lisicki is a little nervous, a little intimidated by this big court. And she changes in, she serves, and she immediately hit one poor shot, followed by a backhand in the net, followed by another backhand in the net, and they were all sort of sloppy shots. So sometimes the turning point is right at the beginning of the match.
You look at the equation there, winners to unforced errors, the bottom two lines. Lisicki -1, Kuznetsova -5. And Kuznetsova, you notice, can't win a point on a second serve. 1 in 4 she's managing. Lisicki, of course, gets that big booming first serve in, and that's doing her proud.
I mean, there's an awful long way in this match to go when you're talking about and Jones is always watching.
Yeah, well,
Second set, Sabine Lisicki to
like you, a former champion here, of course, likes to look at the new young stars, and Lisicki certainly comes into that category. Can she keep it up in the second set?
Take a seat, please. Thank you.
This is going to be an arduous set for her, whatever.
Somebody just choosing the wrong moment to come in right behind the server.
Love 50.
Can't blame the sun at that end, it's behind you.
Fifteen. Left to 6.
The disguise is total, isn't it? Just at the last moment, cuts under the ball.
30-50.
Well, it's been impressive so far. I mean, the serve set something up for her, but so many of the players just get into this groove of absolutely teeing off on the ball, and they can't change and do something a little different. Lovely serve.
40-50. Correction is good. 6.
So what happened there is that the service line judge called fault and immediately corrected himself. So it'll be another first serve.
It's a real cracker of a serve, isn't it? I mean, the sound of it off her racket is very explosive.
Again, this Lisicki. First game, second set.
Well, in danger of turning the crowd right against them for this sort of stuff. I understand why she's doing it, because she's playing, well, frankly, like a public parks hacker at the moment, not like a Grand Slam champion.
I mean, I still think she was sloppy right at the beginning of the match. She has really got her work cut out. It came off the line.
15 all.
That sort of stayed very low, didn't it? Surprisingly. Well, actually, Kuznetsova certainly very often puts a bit of side spin on, and that will keep it down. With a good serve, set her up with a slightly slower return, but even this one, she went for a huge shot. I mean, I was amazed it came off quite as well as it did. Nice shot.
T50.
Three doubles from Kuznetsova.
Very late taking a racket back and preparing for that shot.
Well, a big point here. The last thing that Kuznetsova needs is to drop serve from 40 love up.
Second set.
Suddenly got very loud out here.
Well, she wants us to know that she's making a big effort. But I mean, she really does have to dig very deep. She's got to, you know, she's lost her game a little bit at the moment, Kuznetsova. She's got to really make sure in her mind she remembers what it is.
Love 50.
Lovely serve there, 119 miles an hour, averaging 108. That's on the first serve.
Looked at with the first shot of this game, it looked like she might be tightening up a bit, but if you're going to rely on a big serve like that, it certainly helps your confidence.
That's a fine angle. Served a little bit short. Kuznetsova finding the angle off it. Got up fairly high, but so did she.
Very good second serve. Can't help feeling that there's a little bit of coming into Sabine's face of help. I could be winning this match, you know, already. You know, on court number 1 against one of the top seeds, and not quite as free as she was, but she can rely on the serve.
Again, Miss Lisicki. Miss Lisicki leads 2 games to 1 second set and by 1 set to 2.
Yeah, good serving again from Sabine Lisicki. She leads by a set and 2 games to 1. And Hawkeye can not only tell us whether the ball is in or out, he can also look at patterns of serving and variety of serving. Here we are. So there's the variety. The flat one down the centre, much quicker, but the slice. And what impressing me about her is that there is a lot of variety in her game, in her serving, these little drop shots she throws in. It's not just one-dimensional.
You're so right, and also, you know, as she serves, she really throws her whole body weight into the serve, which is exactly the most practical thing to do. But also on a ground stroke, she's really, you know, there used to always be that old saying, hit the ball as if you're coming to the net. Well, I mean, one doesn't hit that anymore, but she sort of gets behind it and really attacks it. Certainly on the forehand side and on when she's returning serve on the backhand. But then she has the ability to throw in these little touch shots. So far, excellent.
I'm sure a lot of people came here today wondering who Sabine Lisicki is. They know now.
That's a great shot.
50 look.
It was just a pretty straightforward point from Kuznetsova.
Well, this is what we, the neutrals, want to see. Kuznetsova rising to the challenge that has been laid down by the teenager.
40 look.
First ace from Kuznetsova, 2 from her opponent.
That's a good game.
And Miss Kuznetsova. 2 games all, second set.
Indeed, it's the first love game of the match. Much more impressive.
I think there'll be less gifts from Kuznetsova from now on.
15 love.
Just had a little inquiry of umpire Joseph, said, was that wide? And he said, yes, it was. Fair enough, no challenge.
15-all.
Kuzi's mad.
She should be.
She got to that so easily. Tremendous anticipation from Lisicki.
And there again, there's intelligence. Not trying to blast that ball, finding the angle.
40-15.
It's quite a shock, isn't it, David, to watch somebody who's really thinking their way through a match.
Yeah, you're right. It's a really pleasant surprise, isn't it?
Maybe she just has very good instinct.
And Lisicki. Lisicki leads 3 games to 2 second set and by 1 set to love.
And suddenly, the whole tenure of this match has lifted because, to be honest, the first few games were pretty scrappy and ropey. Now they're both playing well.
Well, you know, it's so smart also to keep the rally short against Kuznetsova, because once Kuzi gets into really playing and getting her range and all, she's going to be difficult to out-rally. So a really excellent choice of shot, and not only the choice was excellent, but the execution was brilliant. So, well, I have to say my opinion of her is still as high as it was before I'd seen this match. How, even, you know, we don't know how this will progress. I mean, Kuznetsova might finally remember that she's got plenty of experience and that she should keep going.
Now, we're hearing there's a threat of rain. This isn't allowed. Mind you, they told us it was going to throw it down yesterday. So 2-3.
Love 15.
Now then, 2 terrific shots here from Lisicki, and a real opportunity. Oh, that's horrible.
Love 40.
And here now are 3 points for a 4-2 lead.
$15-40.
What a
brilliant
shot!
And Miss Lisicki.
Well,
Miss Lisicki leads 4 games to 2 seconds.
she's right in front of us on this shot, and you're thinking, boy, is she going to get a little edgy with this? Is she going to be careful and just play it safe? Or what was she going to do? And it was such an opportunity to choke a little bit. What a great shot. Ah.
15 long.
I remember a couple of years ago, people saying, "Have you seen Lisicki yet?" And I think I'd only seen a little bit, and there was nothing really to report. And other people said, "Well, I was disappointed." Well, I am not disappointed from my viewing this year. I mean, listen, she still has work to do to win this match. Would be a very big upset.
But isn't that nice? A big smile when she missed that one. She doesn't look scared of winning it, at least at the moment.
No, well, she's got a terrific, terrific aura around her. I mean, she and Wozniacki both have such outgoing personalities. That are very attractive. Oh dear. You know, you still have a feeling that Kuznetsova might finally loosen
30,
up.
50.
She's just been fighting herself in her own game all match, as well as Lisicki. So that was not a time to make an error.
Brilliant. Oh, where did that one come from?
Spectacular play. Right on the line there. How did she ever get over to that forehand, let alone produce a topspin lob off a ball that was sliding along the ground?
That's the obvious weakness, isn't it? The second serve, too many double faults.
Well, she must be praying now to get a big serve in, but she must also be wondering whether she should go for broke on it.
That's possible. Flat for service. And Miss Lisicki. Miss Lisicki leads 5 games to 2, second set, and by 1 set to love.
No wonder Mum and Dad are getting excited, because Sabine Lisicki is on the verge of, first of all, the biggest upset of Wimbledon 2009. This is the number 5 seed here, who's on the ropes, and of getting to the second week of a Grand Slam for the first time. Perfect ace, perfect placement.
Well, the only thing that's standing between her and this match is her own nerves, whether she's got the guts to take it, and whether or not Kuznetsova will just suddenly loosen up and just make sure she doesn't make any mistakes. But she has really been beaten in this match, but also has had herself to blame as well, because she has not been. It's almost like, you know, she didn't know what to expect. She never played Lisicki, and so she came on a bit cold into this match. Didn't do her homework quite well enough.
Love 15.
Has never had a game plan out there today. And that's often her weakness, Kuznetsova.
And when she gets frustrated, I mean, she's just sort of going up to the line and serving. It's not like she's... It's not like Kuznetsova sort of really takes her time and deliberates and tries to really change anything.
30-50.
Couple of better serves.
Super shot.
New ball
From both of them.
Miss Lisicki leads 5 games to 3, second set.
Kuznetsova holding strong there and doing absolutely the right thing, making sure she won that game, and now making Lisicki serve out for this match.
Can you remember your first really big win here at Wimbledon?
First match I ever won.
Yeah.
And then I guess beating Chris Everton. I don't know, but it's pretty. I'm excited watching this.
Serving with new balls.
Love 15.
Work to be done on that second serve. But that's exciting too, in a way, because there's still scope for big improvements for this young lady.
You know, you might have thought that was nerves kicking in with a double fault and serving for the match, but she just throws in a few doubles. A few too many. Oh, thank you, Kuzi. That's a really good point.
15-30.
It's a fantastic point from Kuznetsova. Really excellent return.
Just wide.
15-40.
Two chances to break back.
taking its 5 games to full, second set, and by 1 set to love.
I think Larissa Savchenko's face said it all. Well, we're still in there, but we aren't out of the woods yet.
Well, that was a big indication, I think, of what could happen now. But, you know, it's inevitable that you have a few stumbles just on the edge of winning a match like as big as this. I don't know whether it was an advantage having the new balls. You know, the new balls are so different, so much faster that when you've just got used to the older balls and feeling them, they fly off your racket so quickly.
Mum getting a little dry in the mouth, understandably. Is that Grace Jones?
Yeah, she's always at Wimbledon.
Okay, thank you, Rory.
Very enthusiastic.
Time.
Like the hat.
You did?
Distinctive. Yeah. So many times we've seen a young player, elder lead, get to the winning situation and then fail to pass the post. But I like the fact she found herself something to do with that change of ends, putting those string savers into her racket rather than dwelling on the double fault and the couple of errors. 2-5 to 4-5.
Oh dear. Svetlana.
Brilliant.
She made it.
Love 30.
That is a truly good shot.
It's
a world of difference in the experience of these two players. Kuznetsova looking pretty cool after that. She's got to have a go at the second serve. Oh,
She won't have to.
30-40.
It's a double fault and match point.
well, I thought she'd go down the tee with the first serve. This is going to be a high, awkward kicker.
It's right on the baseline.
Oh, on the back of the baseline.
By such tiny margins.
Advantage with Lisicki.
I honestly don't know which side Sveta should try to play her. She's been brilliant off both.
Yes.
Talk about sweaty palms time.
Boy, that was taking a chance serving to a forehand. And a second serve. It was there for the taking.
Advantage with Kuznetsova.
Well, we're concentrating a lot on Lisicki, but all credit to Kuznetsova for hanging on. Literally by the end of her fingernails.
Yes.
What was that?
Lisicki offering a silent prayer, not so silent actually.
Advantage with Lisicki.
And next to Dad is her agent, who is counting the Deutschmarks and the Euros if she can win this next point. Germany desperate for a new star.
Oh dear, that was a good, very good serve. And suddenly, Lisicki's face has got a feeling of, a look of agony on it.
Advantage with Kuznetsova.
Well,
This game, this crucial game, has now lasted 6 minutes. 3 match points. This is Kuznetsova's second game point.
Again with Kuznetsova. 5 games on, second set.
A great effort by Svetlana Kuznetsova, drawing on all her experience. And Larissa Savchenko giving her every encouragement. Now we'll find out a bit more about Lisicki. Can she put those disappointments behind her?
well, she's not going to be the same, is she? I mean, now the head has gone somewhat. That first match point is always the easiest really to win, and she was a little bit unlucky because the ball from Kuznetsova hit right on the baseline and it took an odd bounce. I mean, it was a good shot anyway, but it did take an odd bounce. Oh!
15-0.
Now, if that one had bounced over and into court off the net post, that really would have...
Oh, it could have.
yeah, absolutely. Now that's clever.
30-15.
You're struggling, so take a little bit of pace off the first serve. Get it in.
It's not exactly an easy serve because she makes that one bounce up high and go away from you. So I was going away from Kuznetsova's forehand. She's racing just a little bit now. Hardly surprising. Oh,
40-50. Challenge.
She's going to have a challenge, I think. She
She
is. Looks a little wide, but we're on a very bad angle, it should be said.
yeah. I think the way she hit it looked like it could have been out, but she was desperately wanting it to be in.
Again, it's Lisicki. It's Lisicki, it's 6-5. Second set and by 1 set to love. It's Lisicki has 2 challenges remaining.
Germany's Fed Cup captain alongside Mum as well. Everyone out there, and all credit to Lisicki this time, because as you said, it would have been so easy for her to, having missed those 3 match points, to collapse in a big heap.
Well, you could see that the strain was beginning to tell on her face, because she's had an expression which has been very calm throughout, very enthusiastic, just all eagerness and enjoyment really of playing today, and playing on a big court really for her. It's got to be the biggest court she's played on. I don't think I've seen her on one of the major courts at the other tournaments. And she's playing so well, and who wouldn't be happy to have the shot she has at her command? I mean, that serve and every side is good. I mean, I really would be sorry for Kuznetsova if she lost this match, because I think it, would be good for her to win. But on the other hand, when you see somebody playing as well as this and taking the battle directly to the opponent, and obviously looking like a coming talent, I think she's ready to have a big win here.
Love.
Just a well-played point from Kuznetsova. Nothing totally special, just good.
Net for service. Love.
Struggling just at times with the low bouncing slice from Kuznetsova.
Love.
Well, it's been a very good service game, this one, by Kuznetsova, serving, of course, for the 3rd time to stay in the match and to take us into a tiebreak.
Even if she
40-15.
loses this game, she did absolutely right thing. She took control of that ball. She needs to get herself back into this game, even if she doesn't win it. That is pretty good timing of a really wide ball to hit it as flat and hard as that.
40 love back to deuce. 12 strokes in that last rally. Hit with immense power from both of them.
Keeps going for that wide serve.
Advantage with Kuznetsova.
Oh, it sat up and begged to be hit.
Oh, but it was a clever serve, though. You know, it's got that awkward spin, and it was tempting, too tempting.
Oh, Svetlana, what sort of a shot is that?
Deuce.
Not when you're having a day like this.
Advantage, Miss Lisicki.
12 minutes after her first match point. This is her fourth.
Deuce.
Oh dear. I mean, she only slipped. She wouldn't have got to that point anyway. It was a fantastic shot from Sveta. Oh dear.
That serve was almost on the baseline.
Advantage, Miss Lisicki.
Match point number 5 against the French Open champion.
Lisicki, 2 sets to love, 6-2, 7-5.
The 19-year-old German who earlier this year beat Venus Williams and Caroline Wozniacki and Marion Bartoli to win in Charleston is through to the 4th round of a Grand Slam for the first time. Everybody's been talking about this young lady for the last couple of years, and boy, has she arrived today. Mum and Dad on their feet.
With that exuberance that she showed there, I mean, she showed throughout the entire match. Right from the start, she was a tiny bit nervous, but poor Sveta lost the match on her birthday, and she just didn't play well, and she never really adjusted. And she must have been thinking, if this girl plays as well as this, she deserves to win.
And how nice, as we look at Mum and Dad again, to see Svetlana, despite the terrible disappointment of losing, waiting for her opponent and going off together.
Well, thanks to David Mercer and Virginia Wade for talking through that enthralling match on court 1. And who would have thought the French Open champion Svetlana Kuznetsova, the number 5 seed, going out to Sabine Lisicki of Germany, and in straight sets to boot. Quite a result.